Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to Chocolate Covered Pages. I'm Kiona, and in today's video, I need your help, okay? I have realized that I have some authors, a decent amount of authors, that I just keep buying and acquiring their books, and I have not read not one of them. It's very bad. Some of these are even a little bit embarrassing because people would probably assume that I have read some of these authors and I have not. So in this video, I'm going to be showing y'all some of the authors that I just have not gotten to for whatever reason. And I'm going to be showing y'all the books that I have in my library for these authors. And I need you to tell me which ones I should be prioritizing. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the first author I still have not read is going to be J. California Cooper. And I know it's very, very bad. I'm starting off hot, y'all. I am starting off hot. Okay, I have been wanting to read J. California Cooper for years now. For at least the last 4 years or so. So I began just acquiring her books. Like whenever I would see her books in a used bookstore, I would get it. She had some re-release covers. Let me tell you the ones that I have. So I have The Wake of the Wind. I have Family. This one I got from a bookstore. It was $1, y'all. $1 freaking dollar. This how they do J. California Cooper? Disrespectful. This cover was just re-released. Some Soul to Keep. This just came in the mail maybe like a month ago. So these are the books that I have. You know, one thing I will say is that I know that she is very much popular for her short story collections. I am not a big fan of short story collections, and I think that's probably one of the things that in the beginning it made me shy away from her. But she does have some full novels, so that's why I'm kind of leaning towards one of these two to be one of my first, because this is a short story collection, right? Obviously if the full novels is hitting, I'm going to gravitate towards the short story collection as well after, just to keep, you know, taking in her work if I really enjoy it. But she has some big fans out there, and if you're one of them, please let me know which one I should be prioritizing. And y'all, and let me just say that it gets worse. It gets worse. As the video goes on, you'll be shocked. But let's keep going. Okay, so the next author I want to read is Helen Oyeyemi, and I have Boy Snowbird. I have The Icarus Girl. This I also got from a used bookstore for $5, and I don't remember where I got this book from. There's no sticker. I don't remember where I got this. And I also have Pieces, which I will stick somewhere. It's here in this house, but the way my library is set up right now, I was lucky to find the books that I needed to find for this video, because it's some books that I just really can't get to. Like, a lot of my shelves right now are all doubled, okay, front and back, baby, and at the top, okay. In the living room is the same situation. Like right now where I film videos is in a room that is really just for books. So there's a lot of books in here, but I also have a lot of books in bookshelves that are in my living room. So one day I would love to give y'all a bookshelf tour. I would love that for us. Let me just get a little bit more organized, and then I'll let y'all see what I got going on. But right now it is very chaotic. So Helen Oyemi, her work, from what my understanding is that there's a lot of like magical realism, like strange things going on in her books. Like, it's not just regular fiction, okay? So she has a very specific fan base. I'm not a big magical realism girl, but if the writing is really good, I can certainly overlook some magical realism, because I have some magical realism books that I like, okay? So I will never say never to magical realism, but I really want to read one of her books. I hear that this one is, I think, one of her most popular ones. I don't really hear too much about the Icarus Girl, but I came across it and I was like, oh, it's Helen Oyemi. Let me get this, and it's only $5, so of course I'm gonna get it, right? So that's what you had to choose from: Boy, Snowbird, the Icarus Girl, and Pieces. Alright, so this next author is a Caribbean author, and she has been writing young adult Caribbean inspired fantasy, and it's going to be Lauren Blackwood. So I have Within These Wicked Walls, and then I also have Wild Blood, and then I also have the new one that just came out, The Dangerous Ones. So this one is involving a vampire, so I'm kind of interested in this one. And I don't know if is this one considered young adult? Yeah, it is, because it's by Wednesday Books, and Wednesday Books is young adult. So The Dangerous Ones, this was her first book that she came out with, Within These Wicked Walls, and this one actually has pretty good reviews. And then this is her second book, Wildwood. So, like, let me know something. If I don't hear anything from anybody regarding this author, Lauren Blackwood, I'm probably going to go with the vampire book, because I like vampires. And on top of that, this is her latest book, so I usually like to hop on what's, hopefully the author has had some years to grow, and I am reading, the latest and greatest. The next author is going to be Andrea Levy, and I have Small Island, I have The Long Song, and I have Fruit of the Lemon. Now this is a Jamaican, I think she's British Jamaican author, and I've always wanted to read her work. She is writing, as you can see, historical fiction, and y'all know I'm a historical fiction girly, so I'm always on the lookout for black authors that are writing historical fiction, and historical fiction well, okay? So she was on my radar a few years, like a lot of years back, actually, many years back. Like, as you can see, this got the Essence Book Club sticker on it. I don't even think they have the Essence Book Club anymore, so let me know which one of these I should be reading. I think Fruit of the Lemon might be her most popular, but then I've also heard things about Small Island. So please, I hope somebody has read these. Okay, another author I have is going to be James McBride. I have 4 James McBride books. I have The Good Lord Bird, I have Song Yet Sung, I have Miracle at St. Anna, and of course Deacon King Kong. What is going on with me? 4 books, and I still have not read this man. I am interested in all of these. This obviously has gotten really good reviews. This is a freaking TV show, and I am like telling myself, like, listen, you cannot watch this TV show until you read the book. So I'm punishing myself. I tend to do that sometimes. Like, if I know it's a show that I really want to watch, I'll be like, well, you got to read the book. When you read the book, then you can watch the show. That's it. That's how I get myself to do things. I know it's very strange, but it works. It works. So please let me know which of these I should be picking up. I already know which one y'all gonna pick, but just in case, if anybody has read some of his less popular works, like these two, please let me know something. So this next author is another one where her books have been all pretty much, I think like all of them have been re-released at this point by Harper Via. So every time Harper Via was putting out re-release new covers for her books, I was like, yes, give me that. Yes, give me that. Do you think I read any of them? No. Okay, so let me tell you who it is. Isabel Allende. Okay, I have Paula, Portrait in Sepia, Inez of My Soul, and I think this is her latest one, Violetta. Now, let me tell you how long I've had these. Some of them, anyway, is that I remember Inez of My Soul was in one of my first YouTube videos. So we're talking about, what is it? It's 2024 now. We're talking at least 3 years ago. 3 to 4 years ago, I hauled this book and I did nothing with it. And I was reading a synopsis when I was doing the book haul, and I was like, this sounds really good. Put it on the shelf. It's even a little dusty because, you know, I do nothing with it. I think that Isabel Allende has a series on TV. One of the streaming apps. I don't remember what it is. And I don't even have my phone in here to confirm that for y'all. But just know, one of her books is definitely on a streaming platform. I think it's on Netflix or something. I'm going to put it somewhere because I feel bad that I don't have the information for y'all. But yes, 4 books. 4 books. Please, let me hear something. Now, the one that I'm a little bit about reading, I think, is probably Paula, and that's because this one is a memoir and it focuses on her losing her daughter Paula. So it's the summer now. I'm not really trying to be crying my way through the summer. Like, I'm just not. I'm not. I'm here for, you know, fun, you know, messy, interesting stories. I don't want to cry. I'm not in the mood for that. So we're going to take this one out the mix. Please tell me, out of these, which one I should be prioritizing. Because I definitely want to read Isabel. Or if you feel like Paula is just such a very good book, then maybe I will say, okay, I will hold off on Isabel until we get to the fall, because I don't mind crying in the fall. I really don't. I don't mind. Okay, so this next author, I didn't even know who he was until a couple years ago. Okay, so this author actually won the Nobel Prize in Literature. His name is Abdulrazak Gurnah. And that is how he got on my radar, because I did not know who that was. I never heard of this man. And then right after he won the prize, Riverhead had already started re-releasing, like they was already queued up to start re-releasing a lot of his old books that he had put out already and giving them fresh new covers. And I really liked the covers. So I was like, yeah, I'm interested. So this was the first one that they had put back out, which was Afterlives. And he's also from Tanzania. So I thought that was really cool. You know, I'm always interested in reading more and more black authors from all over the diaspora. So I was happy to come across him. I didn't read him, but you know, we're gonna get there. I also have By the Sea, and I also have Desertion, which is somewhere in this house. I can't find it right now, but I know that I have it. I'm gonna put a picture right here. So yeah, let me know something. Let me know something. Did you already know of this author, you know, before the Nobel Prize? Because I definitely didn't. And I also wonder, like, is he gaining like a new wave of fans now that he has the you know, that he has the prize? I really like the cover of this one actually, but most of them look more along the lines of this type of artwork. This next author, I was very intrigued by this author because one of these books that he wrote actually landed him in prison, and he continued writing while he was in prison. To me, and he was writing on napkins. To me, that is super badass. Like, super badass. I don't care what you say. I'm interested. I'm interested because you like, oh, well, you're not gonna stop me from writing. I'ma still write. You got napkins? I'm going to still write because this is what I do. That book that landed this, first of all, the author is Ngugi wa Thiong'o. The book is Petals of Blood. Okay, I want to read this book to know why. So this came out in 1977, and they pretty much was mad because it's calling it out. You know, this author is from Kenya, and it is calling out all of the colonialism that was taking place in Kenya. I have Petals of Blood. I also have A Grain of Wheat. And I also have, which I am probably second excited for, is Wizard of the Crow. This one is a little thick. This one is considered his fantasy novel. So this is a fantasy, and then these are more like, you know, his criticisms on colonialism in Kenya. So I don't know. I'm kind of interested in all of them. I want to read the book that put the man in jail. I want to read the book that made these people so angry. But I also want to read his fantasy. So I'm torn. I guess that kind of snatches out A Grain of Wheat. But, you know, I don't know. Y'all let me know between these two. Y'all let me know. Alright, so this next one is just... I don't even know what to say. I have no like introduction to what my problem is and why I still haven't read this author. But Percival Everett. I have his latest, James. I have So Much Blue. And I have Assumption. Now, I know So Much Blue and Assumption are not his super popular works. I think maybe The Trees is probably a popular one. He has another one called I Am Not Sidney Poitier. Like, he has a lot of books that are in rotation, basically. But these are the ones that I have. I hear that, you know, he's a very clever writer. He uses a lot of satire as well. I did read a little snippet of The Trees, but I did not continue because I was listening to it, and then I was just like, oh, this is a different type of book. this is not the type of book that I could just dip in and out of while I'm reading other things. I just didn't feel like it was, and I wasn't able to give it my full attention at the time when I had just started listening to it, right? So this has been getting excellent reviews, I will say. I don't really hear too much about these two books. So I am really interested. If you have read either of these two books, what are your thoughts on that? Because, you know, I came across this one in a bookstore, $1 sticker on the back, okay? Because, listen, and as you can see, it's practically brand new. It's practically brand new. Y'all want to know where I was getting the $1 books? I'm going to tell y'all. If you ever visit New York or you live in New York, make sure you take a trip to a store called Book Off, which is in Manhattan. It's on 45th Street. I used to work a few blocks away from there, and when I tell you, I will go there on a weekly basis. A weekly basis just to check out their $1 section, and I would be in there. Just give me like 2 hours, right? To the point where I once got locked in there. Y'all don't even understand. But I was dedicated. I was trying to get all the good $1 gems that my money could buy. I would set a little budget for myself. I'd be like, all right, this week you can't go over $30. You can't go over $30, you know. So I have so many $1 books. Yeah. I have been to Book Off since, and you know, it's not exactly what it used to be. I will say that. I think I was definitely going to Book Off during its prime, and I think ever since the pandemic happened, they don't have, like, they still have the $1 books, but they don't have as many $1 books as they used to have. I will say that. And the quality of the $1 books is not as it used to be, but you could still get some pretty decent books for $1. You know, it's $1. So, you know, check it out. Definitely let me know about these. All right, y'all. This is the last author. And this is the most embarrassing one. It's so embarrassing, I almost want to whisper it. Maybe I'll just give y'all the initials. JB. Okay, and if you have guessed James Baldwin, you are correct. I mean, shame. Like, that is what I hear in my head when I think about the fact that I have not read James Baldwin. Like, it's wild to me. It's absolutely wild to me. Let me show you what I got. Alright, so I have If Beale Street Could Talk. And this is another one where I have refused to watch the movie until I read this book. Until I read this book, you will not see me watching that movie. And the movie's been out for a few years now. I could probably watch the movie for free at this point. But I still have not watched it because I want to read this book. And it's so small. What excuse do I have? Okay, so I also have The Fire Next Time, which is a classic. And I also have Giovanni's Room. And I also have, which I can't locate right now, is Tell It on a Mountain. Okay, what I will say, somehow I find the words. What I will say is that I don't have no excuse. I don't have no excuse. I should have been read James Baldwin because I just know, like, I just feel like it's gonna hit. And let me just say something about all of the authors in this video is the fact that you might be saying to yourself, why would she continuously acquire all these books from all these authors and she hasn't read any of them? The reason being is because these are all authors that I just have a very good feeling about. I have a very good feeling about these authors because they've either been recommended to me by other creators that I trust, or they are like people compare them to other authors that I really love already. So that makes me feel like, okay, I just got an inkling, you know? And I'm typically not wrong when I feel like I'm going to really like mess with an author like that. Like I'm just typically not wrong about that. Especially James Baldwin. You know, he's not a legend for no reason. Like, I really believe I'm going to really enjoy James Baldwin, and I just really just have to set some time aside, be very intentional, and just do it. You know, just do it. I think it was a little bit of, because he's so popular, I was a little intimidated about picking up his work. But since then, like, I have picked up a few authors, specifically this year, that I was a little bit intimidated about reading their work, and it ended up being some of the best reading I have read for the year. So I think this is a year that I really just pull the band-aid off and just get it done. Like, why am I denying myself? Why am I denying myself of good reading? It makes no sense. So please do let me know, out of these, Tell It on the Mountain, which one? I'm a little bit more inclined to read James Baldwin's fiction. People usually have a preference, is what I notice. People either say like, oh, I prefer his nonfiction or his fiction, or I prefer his fiction over his nonfiction. Not too many people are just like, I just love everything he writes. I don't typically hear that. So what is your preference when it comes to James Baldwin? Please let me know down in the comments below. I really hope that you have either got some new authors on your radar that you want to check out. Listen, let's all get us some good recs here, okay? Typically, I'm the one giving the recommendations to you, but you know, y'all gotta pull y'all weight. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, I really do need y'all help. Let me know which one of these I should be reading. Y'all know my reading taste by now. Y'all know what I like and what I don't like, okay? And if you're new here, go watch some old videos, and then you'll get to know me a little bit more. Okay, so if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and hopefully you will subscribe if you are new here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.